Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. So, using my birthday gift of my little hourglasses, this one is a 15-minute hourglass, so I'll put it here. So, keep a check on that. If it gets to 15 minutes, let me know. So today, the title of the talk is Blow Out Your Candle. Now, yesterday was my birthday. You can stop giving me birthday wishes now. Thank you so much for all of the good wishes. And well, let's get down to business. I'm a Zen writer, and let's find what is the Zen in blowing out your candle. Well, of course, birthdays are all about blowing out candles. It starts out with I think I remember one of my first memories, I think, was my four-year-old, my fourth-year birthday party. Somehow there's a little image of that. So maybe that's the first time we start remembering birthdays. And it's interesting that when you're young, it's a long time before the next birthday. But when you're older, it's shorter. I'm still unwrapping last year's birthday presents. Shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter till it comes to that, So it starts here, it opens up the gap, it's a long time. Time stretches out, and then it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. Anyway, I digress. What's blowing out your candle? Well, Nirvana in Buddhism means blow out the candle. The candle is blown out. What does that mean? Death? There's an interesting story I just remembered. I'm going to get a haircut today. My daughter's back. And there was a Zen master who lived in Chinese. A lot of the stories from Zen, the koans and the little stories, are all basically from the great golden age of Chinese Zen. That's about 400 years, 800 to 1200, somewhere in there. In China, and China was just full of Zen masters, and of course they like to write, and so all these are written down. So they're great stories. And one of them was that there was a Zen master who lived in a little hut, and a wandering monk came by and wanted to stay, and the master invited him to come on in and stay, and fed him, and then he was getting ready to leave. And it's pitch black out. And the master gave him a candle. And so the monk took the candle outside, and the master blew it out. And the monk was awakened. So it's an interesting story. So take a look. All right, let's see what is the birthday party. Birthday party is always about the climax of the birthday party. And I know when we have them here at our house, we used to have, we have about 8 friends, and we used to have them, everyone would get a birthday. So we'd have a birthday dinner for 8 different people during the year. And it was always climaxed by bringing in the birthday cake with the candles on it, and everybody singing happy birthday. And then you blow out the candle, and so forth. And so usually when you get older, you don't have any candles on it. But that's, anyway. But anyway, this is a ritual. We all participate in it. We love it. What's going on? What's going on, you see? Last night, my birthday dinner, I requested a pumpkin pie so instead of a cake. So I had a candle on it. Anyway, we blow out the candle. But it's interesting when you do it in your dining room or living room. When you blow out the candle, in other words, you've got candlelight, and then when you blow it out, there is a bigger light. It's kind of like that we're operating in our little mind by candlelight. Our little consciousness is like a candle. Our mind, our awareness, our world is lit up by a candle. It's a small, and we were deathly afraid of if I blow that out, I'm dead and no more birthdays. So a birthday is kind of like a celebration of the dying and resurrected God. Because you know your past year is dead, but a new one is resurrected. It's kind of like New Year's. New Year's is for the people of a calendar, let's put it that way. Chinese have a different one, but this whole idea of New Year's is blowing out the old year, but it's the birth of a new year. They go together. Blowing out the old makes room for the new. Oh, I'm born again, right? Christianity is you have to be born again. You have to blow out the candle. Oh, resurrection, born again. I'm still here. You see, so this whole idea is, you know, we have to play with it. You have to get into it and fumble it around and play with it and see and don't say, oh, it's just that. Oh, it's just this. How silly. No, no, no. Everything is deep. Everything is transparent. Don't settle for the opaque of anything. Always blow out the candle. You're blowing out the opaque. You're blowing out the, well, this is it and that's it. I'm going on. What else is new? Blow it out. You have a belief? Blow it out. You got a big, strong opinion that you're fighting for? Blow it out, you see. You blow it out. And what does that make? What does that mean? Well, when you blow out the old light, a new light is revealed that was always there. So like in the birthday living room or your dining room, you know, the lights are on when you come in, maybe dim, right? But you got the candle light and everybody's around that, you know, you blow it out. There is a greater light that's revealed now. It's kind of like being in a room and you're going by your light bulb light. And you blow it out and open the window and boom, you got sunlight and the whole room is lit up. So when you blow out the candle, it is a death of a little light and the birth of a bigger light, a bigger understanding, a bigger awareness, a bigger mind, a greater mind, a bigger boat in Jaws. We need a bigger boat. We need a bigger light. We need a bigger understanding. We need a wider angle, you see. But you can't get the bigger, the wider, the bigger boat unless you blow out the old one, you see. So these really, in Zen, Buddhism, these really go together. The blowing out of the old, there's no gap between the old and the new. They are one. The old is different than the new, but you can't separate them. Death is different from life, you see. The dying is different from the birth, but you cannot separate them. That is the wisdom of the blown out candle. Darkness is different from light. Light is different from darkness. Darkness is darkness. Light is light. But you cannot separate them. You cannot separate dark from light, except in the imagination. You see, so this whole idea of the one that is two has to be the idea that there's two and you can choose one or the other. I would choose darkness or I would choose light. I'll choose life and not death. You can't do that. They're the same. So that when you blow out the candle, really, you're blowing out this belief that you can separate life into either or, good or bad, up or down. Now, up is different from down. Down is different from up. But at the same time, you cannot separate them, you see? So when you blow out the candle, the real awakening, the real resurrection, the real rebirth is the seeing that everything is one. That the up and the down cannot be separated. The good and bad cannot be separated in you. In the world, you can separate them, but in you, you can't. So when you blow out the candle, you are born. When you blow out the candle, you, as being a contradiction, dies. You, as being separate. Me and the world, me and her, me and him, me and myself, this conflict, this contradiction, this war against myself and the world. Why can't I be better? Guilt, shame, all of that, you see. Blow it out. And when you blow it out, those things are still there, but you're looking at it from one light instead of two, you see. So when you blow out the light that is two, good and bad, up and down, the light with the shadow, you see, the light of awareness has no shadow, has no opposite. Everything is light. Just like when you blow out the candle, the room is still full of light, you see. You no longer need the candle. So the candle is handy, conventionally, for catching a bus and doing this or that, or expressing an opinion of whatever you want to do. The candle is necessary. But that's not your real light, you see. Your real light is, in Zen, it's called Buddha light. From the beginning, all beings are Buddha. From the beginning, all beings are light. From the beginning, all beings are one, you see. But you have to blow out the candle. So this is kind of like a different way that I'm looking at birthday. So last night I had a birthday. I was 84. And so today, 84, you can check, you need a calendar to know how old are you, and somebody wants to, you got to put it on a form or whatever. You got to be able to say the years and all that. But that's not who you are, you see. You're timeless. When you blow out the light of time, right? When you blow out and time is thinking, if you think you're old, well then you're old. But if you don't think you're old, you're not old. You see, thought is time. So when you blow out the candle, you're blowing out time. You're blowing out thinking. And you're blowing out that baggage full of beliefs and ideas and opinions and assumptions and all of the stuff we've accumulated over our years, and we carry it on our back, and we get bent over, and we get all, I'm really, getting old now, and, what, all that baggage, you see, it's just all blown out. Because that's not who you are. You believe that's who you are, well then blow that out, you see. Belief. Zen is the school or the teaching of Prajnaparamita. Prajnaparamita is the awakening of a mind, it's arousing the mind that does not rest on any form, thought, feeling, motivation, choice, value, or consciousness itself. It doesn't rest on any of that. So what is it? Well, you have to blow out the candle to find out. So anyway, how are we doing? Well, still got a little bit left there, but that's all right. Thanks for dropping in. And you can stop sending me happy birthdays now. I'm already born again. Thank you so much. See you next time.